welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany and welcome to this week's Sunday Reset. I'm actually filming this very early in the week. It is actually Monday. It is the Monday after our Halloween party weekend, and although the house has been mostly put back together, it's still a mess. There's still plenty of cleaning and just taking down of decorations and general cleaning that needs to get done. I didn't really get to a lot of like the weekend things that I normally would do, like laundry and, you know, my bathroom and all that good stuff, because I was focused on the party. So we're gonna get those things done today, and I figured I would pop on the camera and take you along with me, and we could get that stuff done. And I told Danny this morning, I was like, I'm gonna fight the urge to take all of the Halloween stuff down and put up the Christmas tree because it's literally only October 20th. I'm gonna at least allow my family until Halloween. Just because the Halloween party is done doesn't mean that Halloween is done. And you know, right now, literally every tree outside of my windows are yellow or orange or like a deeper shade of red. It's just beautiful. The grass is covered in leaves. We've had all morning today, we had a huge storm. The sun is just now coming out. It's actually pretty late. It's about 3 o'clock, and my boys should be coming home soon, but I just want to get started and get this stuff done. And they have football tonight. You know, they made it to the playoffs, so congratulations to them. Both my boys, Ryan and Griffin, they're both on different teams, different division, not different division, same division, different age groups, and they both made it to the playoffs. So I'm super duper excited for them. Means we have a longer football season, which, you know, is the cost of going to the playoffs, but I'm also very excited for them because you know what? If you're playing, that's what you want, right? You want to be in the championship. So I'm excited for them. Really quickly, my sweatshirt, super, super cute, $10 at Walmart because I needed another Halloween sweatshirt like I needed another pair of American Eagle jeans. No, I didn't, but it is so ridiculously comfortable. It is so cozy. It's like fleece lined, and it's one of those like really soft material sweatshirts. I love these. This is the kind of sweatshirt you could sleep in, and I just thought it was really, really, really cute. You could actually wear this like as a Halloween costume if you wanted to, paint your face and wear some black leggings and call it a day. I think it'd be cute to wear like when you take your kids trick-or-treating. Danny and I are gonna be in full costume when we take the kids trick-or-treating. We are Harley Quinn and Joker this year. If you didn't see my Halloween party vlog, go check it out. So fun. We had such a great party, and you know, there's things we do every year, like the mummy game where you wrap a person in toilet paper, and we had a ton of kids here, so they really enjoyed that. It's like a core memory now. And we did play some new games. I had some fun trivia games where I had random teams. So everybody got a number when they walked in. Everybody was on a team comprised of adults and children, and we played really fun games. It was like Guess the Scary Movie by the Emojis. We had a Halloween trivia game, and it was it was a blast. It really was a blast. So if you were here for that party, thank you guys so much for coming, and I can't wait for next year. I'm already plotting and planning for next year's party, and yeah, just core memories for my children, and I love that for them. So anyway, it's a lot of chatter. I'm so glad you guys are here. Let's get some cleaning done. Hopefully I can help motivate you today to get something checked off your list. Let's get started. Do you ever have those like moments where you're like, okay, where do I start? I literally like hit the record button to like turn off the camera, and I was like, all right, where am I gonna start? And I was like, you know what? I'll start by folding the laundry that I just took out of the dryer before it cools and gets wrinkly. Where am I gonna fold it? Maybe I'll do it here on the dining room table, but the dining room table needs to be cleaned off. So do I start there? Just spiraling. I'm gonna decide what it is that I'm going to listen to. I don't know yet. I found this cool channel on YouTube called Rationality Rules, and he is a like debate guy where he teaches you how to debate or the different rules of debate. And it's very interesting because to me, it's very psychological. I have a degree in psychology, so it's fun to listen to him like break down the different tactics that people use, whether knowingly or unknowingly, when they're debating. And I was thinking about listening to one of his videos. I've only seen two, so I was thinking about, he's British. He has a really nice accent, so I like to listen to people with accents. That's nice too. So I was thinking about doing that. I was thinking about putting on a Halloween movie in the background and letting that play. I never turn on the TV as background noise, but I thought about it. Pretty soon everybody will be home and that'll be background noise enough. So maybe we'll just stick to music. Always got to be listening to something though. So I've already got one headphone in, popping the other one in, turn on something that motivates you. Music to me is life. It's the only way I get stuff done. So maybe we'll stick with music today. Okay, my friends, we're going to dive back into those Q&A questions that we have been plowing through. The next question says, how are the landscaping plants doing after the house washing debacle? I don't think I answered this yet, but I will tell you that majority of the plants have come back. Pretty much all of the plants have come back, essentially. They didn't have, the epic bloom that they would have had if, they weren't ruined, but they all survived. I did cut back all of the hostas. They grew back in, and I trimmed back, actually Danny trimmed back all of my hydrangea. He cut all of the dead leaves off, and they did create new leaves and they did create new blooms. Not, like I said, as epic as they would have been, but everything survived, and I think next year they will be beautiful as always. So thank you so much for asking. Question, spicy book recommendations. The two you've recommended have been so good. Need more. Oh, Rachel, I'm so here for that. I would say my favorite has definitely been Butcher and Blackbird. So fun. Just a forewarning, I like to read dark romance, so definitely adult themed, trigger warnings. Read those pages, take them very seriously, and only proceed if that's something that you are into. If it's not, absolutely disregard. But I love Butcher and Blackbird. I just finished the second book in that series, Leather and Lark. It was good. Not as good as the first, but good. And I took a pause on that series. I'm not doing the third book yet, but I just started Haunting Adeline when I was on the plane. So I'm only about a third of the way in. Super good, very dark, but really good. So if you like those other books I've recommended, you probably like that one too. Question, what do you use for hair loss? I think I addressed this in a previous video, but I recently started a prescription through the company Hers to address my hair loss because I have pretty significant hair loss since losing 90 plus pounds. That is something that happens when you're losing weight. So I have started taking a prescription through Hers, and hopefully that helps. Okay. Let's see. Oh, it looks like maybe I have answered some of these. Do all the kids have chores? I answered that. What's everyone's favorite meal you make? Oh, good question. Griffin would literally eat anything that I make. Everything I make, he always says, this is the best you've ever made. I love that. Aiden definitely loves when I make spaghetti. Griffin and Ronan love when I make fettuccine Alfredo. Ryan loves, let's see, like traditional food. He likes when I make like mashed potatoes and chicken. That's probably one of his favorite. Danny loves steak. He loves clam chowder. He loves literally anything. And Michaela likes when I make soup, like sausage tortellini soup. So those would be everybody's favorites, I would say. Next question. Oh, it says loving the vlogs, and yes, please to Vlogmas. Thank you. I love doing the vlogs too. What's one food everyone dislikes? Oh, I would say everyone doesn't love
pot roast, but I do. They are okay with it, but they don't love it. Danny does not like Brussels sprouts or beef stroganoff or the sausage tortellini soup. I think Michaela and I are the only ones that like the sausage tortellini soup. Okay, if you do, how to get over the fear of speaking in front of the camera. I feel like did I answer this one? I feel like I've answered this one. Maybe I haven't. Maybe I just read it and thought about my answer, but basically, to get over your fear of talking in front of the camera is just to continue to do it over and over and over. And the more you do it and the more you edit, the more you'll see like how things come off on camera, and you'll realize it's really not as cringy as it feels when you're doing it. But I think it honestly is just going to boil down to a lot of practice. The next question is, plans as future empty nesters, stay put or spread your wings? Love this question. We definitely will be staying put. I don't have any intentions of selling our house or anything like that, but we have done a lot of talking about maybe looking into investing one day in a second home or maybe like an RV and traveling. Danny and I love to travel together. We are really good travel buddies, so we'll definitely want to do a lot of traveling, but I have zero intention of ever selling this house. That's the intention. I also said I'd never be a full-time content creator, so you never know. Okay, question for Danny and I. I'm going to leave that one. The next question is, how do you overcome the really tough, stressful, anxiety-ridden days? Great question. This is from Tina. She actually sent several questions. The days that I have a lot of anxiety, which is pretty often. I have pretty significant anxiety most days. And I would say for me, it's good music. It's talking to someone that I love who understands, me and what I'm going through. So that would be talking to my husband. He's a really great listener. I would say calling my mom or, that kind, talking to somebody that understands and isn't going to placate me or chastise me. They're going to listen. And physical activity. Exercise has become a great way of dealing with stress, and I crave it every day now, which is shocking. What are some staple rules in your home as a family? Oh, good question. We don't have a ton. We're pretty laid back parents, and my kids are really well behaved. I would say number one rule for us is respecting each other. We don't name call, even when you're in like the throes of an argument. Don't call each other names. Don't take things, don't say things you can't take back. Always tell us where you're going and what you're doing, even if you're an adult, like my daughter. And I don't know. I guess that's pretty much it. And the number one is just be honest, be respectful. There's nothing we can't, deal with together as a family. I don't ever want my kids to be afraid to tell me something. I want them to tell me no matter how terrible it is, we'll figure it out together. And so far that has worked out, well. At what age do you expect the kids to pay for their own things like their cell phone, their car insurance? Okay. This is a fun question because I'm finally in like a stage where I can answer this. So I still pay for the cell phones and the car insurance for everybody. But my daughter did just recently buy a car. She bought a car over the summer. So she pays her car payment, but we pay for her car insurance. She is a nursing student and she does work as a full-time CNA. So her time is, completely taken up. So I tell her just to focus saving her money and putting that away so she can one day, move out and live comfortably. But as long as she's getting good grades and she's doing what she knows she's supposed to be doing, I'm perfectly fine paying for the car insurance and the cell phone and buying her, the essentials that she needs. But, I don't think that there's necessarily an age. It's whatever works for you and your family. So that's how I feel right now. I'm comfortable paying for all of those things. My kids who drive, they pay for their own gas because they don't have to drive. I'm happy to get them to school or to work. But if they're choosing to drive, then they're paying for their gas. So there's that. Tina also asks, do you have siblings? I do not. I am an only child. I do not have any siblings. Wish I did, but I don't. My mom had a cancer scare when she was in her mid-20s, and she had to have a full hysterectomy. And so I am an only child, which is probably why I have so many children. Okay. This person, Rosie, says, no question, just super proud of you. Thank you for your hard work. So incredibly kind. Thank you so much for that very kind comment. How did you post consistently when working a full-time job outside the home? I feel like I answered this one already, and you guys, I don't even know. Those years are a blur. I don't know how I did it. This is a good question. How are you doing really after the loss of your friend? This is a very poignant question because this weekend was her celebration of life, and it was cathartic and beautiful and hopeful and awful, all wrapped into one. I know that's mind-blowing, but it was so incredible to see how many people showed up for her celebration. Not at all surprised. She was an incredibly loved human. To know her was to love her, and she touched every life, of every person she ever knew. But it was incredibly just humbling to be reminded that life is so precious. I'm going to try not to get emotional. But just, Anne was the kind of person who lived her life with intention and joy. And everything she did and every interaction she had with people, she always wanted the person to leave that interaction feeling uplifted, hopeful, empowered. That's always how I felt. When I would have really stressful days at work, I was the school counselor in our school, and she was the reading specialist. She would come into my office and she would say, all right, brain dump. And I would give her all of my concerns and worries and to-dos, and she would help me put them into actionable items. She'd say to me, what can I take off this list? What can we delegate to someone else? What can we do? And it was very, very, very helpful. She just always wanted people to know that they weren't alone and that everything was manageable, that everything could be fixed. And it was just so incredibly wonderful to have somebody in your life like that. When I moved across the country and, she started the tradition of us sending each other lobster things, it was really beautiful, and I cherish those memories, and I am doing okay. It was a very long battle for her, and she really started to lose that battle back in March. Before then, honestly. So I feel at peace knowing that she's at peace. But I will tell you that my life will never be the same, and I will never know somebody like her. So that's how I'm really doing after the loss of my friend. I try very hard to busy my mind and my hands all the time. And the only time I let them not be busy is when I'm with my husband and I can relax. Because if I'm not doing that, then I'm doing this. I'm crying. So it's going to take time, and I know I'll see her again. So thank you so much for asking. It was a beautiful service this weekend, and I was so happy to see how many people were there and touched by her. I was sitting in the second row right behind her family during the service, so I really didn't know how many people were there until it was over, and I stood to leave, and I turned around, and there were hundreds of people in the church. It was just incredible, so incredible. We could all be so lucky to have such an impact in such a short time. Okay. Next question says, which part of being a full-time content creator brings you the most joy? And I think we're going to use this as our last question. We're going to leave on a high. I love being a content creator for 1,000,001 reasons, but I would say the one that brings me the absolute most joy is when I get messages from you guys telling me how my videos uplift you, keep you company during dark times, motivate you, inspire you. I've gotten hundreds of private messages, both here on YouTube, in my DMs on Instagram, in my emails, telling me how thankful you are to have found my channel, and that because of it, you have started working out or started your own weight loss journey, spoke to your doctor about next steps for you and your health journey. Those are all so incredibly motivating for me and make me feel like I'm on the right path. And like this is all, serving a purpose and doing good work. So thank you to each and every one of you who have ever sent me those messages. And thank you to all of you who feel that way and maybe haven't commented. And thank you to all of you who subscribe and come back week after week and, have embraced me through all of my changes over the past couple of years and accepted me for who I am. I left public education and it was very freeing, and I felt like I could actually be my full self here on the internet and show you guys more of who I am. And I would say that the vast majority of you have been so incredibly supportive with that. And that is so wonderful. I'm so thankful. So that's probably the thing that brings me the most joy is knowing that so many of you out there have had positive, positive changes in your life or found positive things in my videos. And I'm so very thankful for that. So very thankful for that. So I truly do appreciate you guys coming along with me in today's video. Hopefully you found it motivating and you were able to check something off your list and, you're feeling ready for the new week. I'm going to go ahead and stop talking so you can just enjoy a little bit of the music before the video comes to an end. Make sure that you are subscribed if you are not already. It's free to subscribe to my channel. I post 3 to 4 new videos every single week, and I hope that you will join me again in a future video. I appreciate you guys being here, and I hope you have a beautiful week. Take care, my friends.